unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. This dump, this turd of turds known as the WNBA, this damn league can't get the hell out of their own way. They don't get it. They just don't get it. The diva of dump divas, Kat Engelbert, she does not understand how fragile this fan base is. And by fragile, I'm referring to their level of loyalty to pretend basketball, which in this case doesn't exist. The vast majority of this audience, they have no loyalty to the WNBA. Their loyalty lies with Caitlin Clark, and that loyalty, it is not guaranteed to extend to the rest of this putrid league. No one is loyal to the dump. No one cares about the WNBA. And this damn league is doing everything in their power to guarantee that it stays that way. This is not college football. This is not the NFL, the NBA, Major League Baseball. Hell, I'll even throw in the NHL. These leagues have decades of history. They have generations of fans who have been conditioned to watch. You got dudes in their 60s who went to games with their fathers. They passed that tradition down to their kids, who passed the tradition down to their own kids. Take me, for example. I have been watching the Saints my entire life. Do I complain about Mickey Loomis? Do I complain about Gail Benson? Do I make empty threats claiming that I'm never going to watch the Saints again? Damn right. But you know what I'm doing every Sunday from September through December? I'm watching the NFL. I'm watching the Saints. Outside of spitting in my face or dropping a supersized deuce on my living room floor, there's not much that's going to stop me from watching the NFL. It's the same with the NBA. For some of you guys, I'm sure you feel the same way about Major League Baseball. You might bitch about the league, you might complain about your team, but you have been watching for so long, it's basically become part of your life. The WNBA doesn't have that same luxury. The dump can't afford to piss people off. Things like Angel Reese and the Chicago Bravado refusing to come out and respect the national anthem, that's no bueno. This absolutely ridiculous no space for hate campaign where the WNBA is policing and potentially punishing their fan base, they're essentially booking themselves a first-class ticket on the Bruce Caboose heading straight down the path of bankruptcy. Last Thursday, the WNBA proudly announced their latest initiative, No Space for Hate, No Space for Hate. My inside sources are telling me that Uncle KC has the distinguished honor of being the first name on the WNBA's most wanted list. As soon as the WNBA implemented their No Space for Hate policy, Uncle KC was automatically banned from attending pretend basketball games because I hate the WNBA. But when the policy was announced, I told you guys exactly what this was. It was a direct attack against fans of Caitlin Clark, or as the mainstream media prefers to call them, white people. The policy was announced last Thursday, and not even 72 hours later, the WNBA launched their first investigation into the egregious crime of hating pretend basketball. Imagine my surprise. Just imagine my surprise when I found out that the target of the first investigation was fans of Caitlin Clark. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. Let's go ahead and get to the sponsor for today's video, my good friends at Sugar Mountain Trading. Are you struggling with back problems? Do you deal with minor aches and pains throughout your day? And you don't want to go to the doctor because all the doctor's going to do is find something else wrong with you, or even worse, prescribe addictive medication that you just don't want to take. I hate going to the doctor. So does my wife, who actually deals with back pain, which is why she started using CBD lotions and oils from Sugar Mountain Trading. Now, this is not THC. This is not going to make you fail a drug test. These CBD lotions and oils, they are designed for rapid pain relief. Like I said, my wife deals with nagging back pain from time to time. We have tried over-the-counter stuff. We've tried the chiropractor, but none of it ever seemed to work. Within 5 minutes of me applying CBD lotion from Sugar Mountain Trading, my wife's pain was gone. I'm telling you, it's damn near magical. Sugar Mountain Trading also offers CBD bar soap that will keep you pain-free and smelling fresh at the same time. Bar soap comes in a variety of scents ranging from lavender all the way to cherry almond. All CBD products offered at Sugar Mountain Trading, 100% natural, 100% free of THC. So click the link in the description below. Use my promo code BTL20, BTL20. Save 20% off your first purchase with Sugar Mountain Trading. Yesterday afternoon, the WNBA released an official statement on social media. The statement pertained to the game Saturday between the Indiana Felines and the Chicago Bravado. Initially, I thought the WNBA was going to apologize. I thought they were going to remove the ridiculous flagrant foul that was given to Caitlin Clark, and maybe even criticize Angel Reese for her overreaction. But then I quickly realized that Angel Reese is immune to criticism from the WNBA front office because she's an innocent victim who's being oppressed by white men and women, and in some extreme cases, white they and them. According to the WNBA, they received anonymous tips regarding some egregious violations of the woke commandments at Saturday's brutal ass-whooping in Indianapolis. The dump and our beloved dump divers strongly condemn mythical racism, haters who clap at our marginalized players, and discrimination of all forms. Unless, of course, the discrimination is aimed at Caitlin Clark. In that case, all forms of discrimination are not only allowed, it's also encouraged. Unfortunately, the WNBA conveniently failed to provide examples of these violations. They made accusations without naming a violator. I wonder why. Since yesterday afternoon, I have read countless articles in the woke media. I wanted to see if anyone was providing evidence of these egregious accusations. Yet, for some reason, I was unable to find a single shred of evidence that Angel Reese and the Chicago Bravado were dealing with racism. How is that possible? There were over 17,000 people in Gainbridge Fieldhouse Saturday afternoon, which means there was probably 17,000 cell phones inside the arena. You mean to tell me not one of these 17,000 people recorded the racism that was directed at Angel Reese and the Chicago Bravado? Not one? But Uncle KC, maybe it wasn't racism. The WNBA Players Association claimed that Angel Reese was dealing with hatred. There's no space for hate. There's no space for hate. Hatred? What hatred? For starters, I thought Angel Reese enjoyed clapping back at the haters. Over the past couple of weeks, Mama Reese was pouring fuel on the flaming ass fire by subtly attacking Caitlin Clark fans on Twitter. I tried to find examples of this hatred. I scrolled through Twitter. I read several reports from the woke media. The media made plenty of vague accusations, but they failed to provide a single example. So I took it upon myself to find a potential example. This is the only thing I could find. This is what the WNBA calls hatred, racism, and discrimination. Watch it for yourself. It has been 48 hours since the game Saturday, and not a single shred of evidence has been released. 48 hours. And not one person has come forward with evidence of racism. 17,000 people in the arena, dozens of woke welfare collectors in the mainstream media, and not one piece of evidence has been released proving the WNBA's accusations. According to Dave Portnoy, who was actually at the game, he was inside the arena was filled with families. The crowd mainly consisted of parents and young children. If you're the WNBA, this should be the demographic that you want. This should be the demographic that you're targeting. And I don't mean targeting them with false accusations or investigations. I mean targeting them to make them long-term fans of your league. I expect this type of behavior from the media. I expect the media to create racism. I expect the media to make accusations without providing evidence. But if you're Kat Engelbert in the WNBA front office, you cannot fall into this trap. This story wasn't created by the media. It was created by the dump. Someone please make it make sense. It's like the WNBA wants to be a huge embarrassing failure. It's like the WNBA is afraid to be profitable. If they start making money, maybe the NBA would force them to operate as a separate entity, which could mean that the NBA would eliminate the millions of dollars in subsidies. Or maybe, just maybe, Kat Engelbert is making the same mistake that Adam Silver made. Maybe Kat Engelbert is catering to the emotions of her players instead of focusing on the needs of her fan base, also known as the paying customer. It would not surprise me if Angel Reese complained about this behind the scenes. It wouldn't surprise me if Angel Reese claimed to hear unacceptable behavior from fans in Indianapolis, which caused the WNBA to launch an investigation. Wouldn't be the first time something like this happened with Angel Reese. Remember last summer when someone approached the Chicago Bravado with a camera while they were getting off the Greyhound? Angel Reese and Ken Carter claimed they were being harassed. Yeah, for some reason, evidence of this alleged harassment, it was never provided, even though the encounter was being filmed. The WNBA better be careful. We have seen this movie before. We know how this ends. Go ask the NBA what happens when you accuse your fan base of mythical racism. It damn near destroyed the league. That was 5 years ago. The NBA is just now starting to recover. Like I said in the beginning, WNBA does not have that same luxury. The WNBA doesn't have generations of fans who have been conditioned to watch their shitty product. You can only push people so far with baseless claims of racism until eventually you don't have anyone to push. Give me your thoughts on this. Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys later.